like to welcome Coach Will Cox in here on the Razor Polish pregame show. Coach Cox, last week, Rivals Cup. Could you talk to us about what you saw from that game, what you liked, what you didn't like?
Well, first thing that you gotta love was the atmosphere. It was, Dover was out in full force, and that was exciting to see, especially after, that's really my first experience of it, because last year we only had one home game, and we're also, limited on what you can have out there seating wise. So that was exciting. That was fun. The student section was awesome all game. Band was great. I mean, it was a fun atmosphere, and it gives you a glimpse of where we're going to be and what we can expect in the future. So that was exciting. Obviously the outcome was not what we wanted. There were some bright stuff. I love the way our guys competed and continue to compete. In the past we've fought that to where there's that play that just kind of says, all right, this is probably the end of it. I don't know if we're coming back from that, and we folded. I didn't feel like that at all. I felt like our guys fought all the way to the end, kept competing, kept driving, and one of the things we focus on and we teach is that scoreboard isn't our idol, and that our focus is on the next play and continuing and not worrying about what the scoreboard says. And I really thought as a team that's the closest we've been since I've been here to having that mentality. Now, we still had too many self-inflicted. It was much better and cleaner than not nearly as many pre-snap penalties.
Wow.
But then you look at, we had 2 block punts, and you can't win a football game with 2 block punts. I think the analytics on that say 87% of the time you're going to lose the game if you have 2 block punts. And so we got to clean that up. And it's the little things like that. Now, I'm very encouraged, very excited about the way we're headed, because I thought we had a massive jump in discipline, in reducing pre-snap penalties, and in cleaning up a lot of our stuff from Hector to Atkins.
Wow.
But now it's, can we take that next step? And Salem gives us an awesome opportunity against a quality team that they've been in the semifinals in state 2 or 3 times in the past 8 years. So it's a quality program that's they're used to traveling a long distance for big games, and so we're excited about it.
Yeah, I think they lost to Paris last year in the playoffs, and it was a really close game, like 40-32, and Paris had their best season probably ever in Paris Eagle history. So they're definitely a quality opponent. You're going to have your hands full Friday night. One of their kids, Jacob Earl, big fullback, kind of 6 foot 220, had just a huge game, 199 yards, 3 touchdowns. Have y'all been studying him on film? What do you see there?
Yeah, I mean they so where I grew up about 15 minutes from Salem. So we played Salem. That was our scrimmage every year. We scrimmage Salem, and it always seems like they've got that big farm kid.
Yeah.
That's a big part of what they do, and it's the names change now. The last names don't. It seems like there's just a couple last names in Fulton County that keep coming through that program. But they look the same year in and year out, and they're really good football players, and they've got a history of that there. And so what they do runs through him, and he's going to be a big part of our success defensively. Is going to involve having to shut him down.
Okay. Yeah, that's my next question is some of your keys to victory, which I know a lot of y'all's approach is working on yourselves and worrying about that first. Definitely shutting down Jacob Earl is definitely something you got to focus on. Would you agree with that? Is there anything else?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is win the turnover margin. We're negative on that right now, and it shows. We have to win in the turnover margin. Now, defense has been making plays. We've had 2 picks from sophomore kids that have stepped up and made some big plays for us. We just can't give them the ball back on offense, and so we have to win the turnover margin. And we're doing things offensively that can win you football games. But when you're turning the ball over, it kind of negates that. Right now, we're averaging right around 258 yards rushing a game. And so, that's something that can win you a football game when you do that. Last week we had 200-yard rushers. But you can't when you're getting punts blocked and when you're fumbling the football.
Right.
So that's key for us.
Yeah, definitely. There was a lot of good things to build on in that Atkins game. 26-14 at halftime. The year before, I want to say it was 40-6 at halftime.
Yeah.
I went back and looked at that, and just a huge difference. It was it was definitely a ball game right there, and I was excited. We both were about some of the improvements we saw from the first week to the second week. Adam, you got a couple questions for Coach?
Yeah, like you said, the offense looked a lot better this week, and two 100-yard rushers. I just want to ask you, what are some of those things you can build upon? And like for the defense side of the ball, you have a tall task, obviously.
Right.
Like how can you minimize Earl's production this week?
So one of the things, defensively, it's about being sound in tackle, right? Making sure you're correct, because you can't hit him up high, right? With a guy like that, you gotta go low. You gotta wrap those knees up. You gotta be in the right place. And part of a lot of times when you see big plays offensively, it's because the defense is lined up wrong. And so recognizing formation quickly and getting the call quickly and getting your eyes there quickly. When I'm grading film defensively, I always tell my guys 90% of the mistakes a defender makes are within that of the snap, because either his alignment's wrong, his eyes are wrong, or his first step is wrong. If he does those three things correctly, 90% of the time he makes the play that he's supposed to make. And so cleaning that up, and really recognizing that really quickly so that we've got our guys in the right place. Because, it's the same thing offensively. We do a lot of motions, a lot of formation adjustments, that type of stuff, because we're trying to get the defense in the wrong spot, get their eye in the wrong place. And so, what we're trying to do offensively, we want to make sure we're not doing it defensively. And I mean, that's key, and getting your eyes in the right spot and trusting your read.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a couple times on defense where we were getting some penetration from our end, but we weren't fitting right in our linebackers or so, so Atkins was getting a couple big runs to the outside because we're crashing down and they're getting through those gaps. So just trying to focus on that and get everybody aligned. And like you said, that's the first thing right there that causes breakdown. So it's good stuff, Coach. We appreciate it. And good luck Friday night against the Salem Greyhounds.
Sounds good.
Join us on the Razor Polish pregame.
Thank you. Go Pirates.
Greetings, Dover fans. Are you ready for Dover Pirate football right here on the Russellville Sports Network? Tonight's game is being made possible by our friends at Razor Polish, the sharpest concrete floors in America. Pirate football is also being brought to you by Tyson Foods, feeding you and all of our athletes like family. By Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. By Farm Credit Services of Western Arkansas, providing financing for agricultural operating needs, livestock, and equipment purchases. Dover football on the Russellville Sports Network is proudly brought to you by Rose Drug of Russellville, caring for you, service to all. And showing their pirate pride by supporting Dover football are the fine folks at Centennial Bank, banking with you in mind. And by Ozark Memories Day. Come celebrate the time-honored tradition of Ozark Memories Day, September the 25th in Dover. All right, Dover fans, don't forget to show your support for Dover football by smashing that subscribe button and telling someone you know about Pirate football on the Russellville Sports Network. Well, hoist your sails and raise that Jolly Roger high, Pirates. It's game time. Let's send it out to the stadium, and the captain in command of this ship, it's the voice of the Dover Pirates. It's Mr. Jaran Miller.
That'll be a first 10 for the Pirates.
Really good way to start out this game. Good return, and that was. And he caught it. Really good catch. Good way to start out this first possession, man.